You know, and every year there's something new at the gardens. In 2012, all eyes were on the incredible expansion of the Japanese garden with the Bill Hosokawa Bonsai Pavilion and Tea Garden. What you may not know is that even though it looks like it's been here for many, many years, this was really the result of a long-term dream. We had experts all the way in from Japan and from Portland, Oregon, helping to design the garden. And then we had this incredible array of friends of Bill Hosokawa. His family participated. All kinds of community leaders came together and they said, this is a great way to remember and to celebrate a wonderful man and a contributor to the entire Denver community over the last half century. You know, for a lot of people, the Botanic Gardens is just a stunning show garden. And that's a lot. I mean, there are estate gardens throughout Europe and especially the eastern half of the United States where people have come just to get a sense of the aesthetics, the beauty, the variety that there are in gardens, and using plants from all around the world helps educate people as well as entertain them. But underneath the surface, Botanic Gardens can be so much more. In fact, their origins are much more scientific in nature. The grand Botanic Gardens of Europe, starting with Kew, were really all about global exploration, and people would bring back plants from all around the world that could be used for medicine or spices or a new kind of food or just an ornamental shrub or tree. And when they did that, it created all kinds of scientific activity. Laboratories were built, and eventually, with this latest era, genetics testing could take place, and people began to think more and more about long-term sustainability of different ecosystems. We're very much involved with that at Denver Botanic Gardens. In fact, that whole focus on research and science has grown dramatically in recent years. Sharda Krishnan, who runs our Center for Global Initiatives, has been to the South Sudan, trekked into the wilderness, brought back samples from there as well as Madagascar and other places. And she's doing genetics testing to make sure that there is enough biodiversity in this very, very important crop. That's why Denver Botanic Gardens has invested in things like our Conservation Genetics Laboratory, where we're not only looking at these global issues, but taking samples from endangered and rare plants throughout Colorado and ensuring that they haven't hybridized themselves out of existence, but are keeping that genetic integrity. And it's also why we have a conservation program in our propagation area, where we take little bits of plants, they're hard to propagate in normal ways. We can actually take it into that tissue culture lab and grow plant after plant after plant in order to sustain an adequate population. We're all over the place. We're doing projects in southern Douglas County with both Sterling Ranch, where we're doing lots of new water smart gardens to show people how to use much less water and have a great landscape at the same time. We're down at Cherokee Ranch and Castle, and we've led tours there so that people can understand this incredible space, this wonderful asset right there in Douglas County. We're now looking at new ways that we can reach out to audiences that maybe haven't felt as connected with Denver Botanic Gardens. In many ways, the new Bonsai Pavilion, the tea garden, the sand garden, all of the expansion to the Japanese garden is symbolic of everything that occurred in 2012. And it was a remarkable team executing on a big vision and doing it in the most precise way. It takes not only dedicated staff, volunteers by the hundreds that turn out for all of our activities to support what we do in so many different ways. It takes donors, it takes the community support, it takes the general goodwill of the public. Denver Botanic Gardens could not exist if it were not for this incredible array of individuals who devote their time and talent to the institution, and all of us could not exist if it weren't for the incredible diversity and number of plants that we celebrate every day.